Hey, 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 we field. What is up? What is up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this evening? I had to say evening because Spirit said we was resting today, which we did. And now it's the evening so we could come back and serve and our words still be true. You know, we was rested and going through all those little videos, our archive. We pulled out some nuggets, post them up there on Facebook and here too. So if you on Facebook and you trying to figure out, I think it could do a little play button thing that'll take you to the whole video. So if you see that and you want to hear more from them little bites, go ahead on and hit that play button and the little on the screen thing there, and you can jump into the full episode where you can hear, what happened before and after that. All right, now welcome back on to Tears and Weed Tarot. If this is your first time coming in, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. Set a spell. This be like that cooking with cold Crisco. I promise you, but by the time we get to heating up, we sure enough get to frying with hot grease, okay? So just sit for a spell and let us get this thing warmed up and get it going. If you my returning wheat, what's up, my wheat? Welcome back to the wheat field. Yeah, we finna do a little something. Spirit said that we are called, have to say, I'm a channeled messenger, and I use everything to channel to speak from the spirit of intelligence of the Logos, the source, that which called all things, which made me, made you, made all of creation. I believe all of creation has a word from the source, from the Logos, from the intelligence written on it, and it can speak to us in its variety of forms. So with that said, this for show that Tom Hanks' life is like a box of chocolates, because you come around here and you never know what you're going to get. So right now we are still on this here spiritual laws of success. Yes, the 7 spiritual laws of success. And Spirit told me, yeah, that it's very, important that we it's good that we come back and study on this here thing, because this book helps us operate in the spirit of intelligence, the wisdom, the principal thing that made all of creation. So if we understand how wisdom and intelligence that can, how do I say that? Spirit, help me. Spirit says infinite intelligence is wise. Okay, so the infinite intelligence is wise. So to recognize that you are the infinite intelligence, like a piece of it made you. So you are a piece of acting force of it. Is that right? Yes. Okay, so we said that good. You are an acting agent force of the infinite intelligence of the source of the Logos itself. And when you recognize that and begin to dig into those attributes and see how that source of intelligence operates, we can get on the pathway to wisdom. Yes. So the beginning of the pathway to wisdom, knowledge, right, which leads to understanding, which leads to practice, application, which is the pathway to wisdom and peace. Yes. Yes. So thank you so much, Spirit. The infinite intelligence that fills me, that I am called from, made for, saturated with, and bonded by. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for bonding me to your we and to all those in your field. Thank you so much. Please use this tool, this instrument, to speak to your field, to bring forth messages of truth and clarity for our balance, wholeness, and unity, for our ascension to our highest selves, the exaltation of our souls, the ultimate goal, coming into alignment with the source, the Logos, so that its perfect will can be done. And we call that on our own authority granted to us at creation. Ashe. Yes. Let's jump into it, y'all. Spirit said, law of karma. Woo. Yeah. The law of karma. That's the spiritual law of number 3. The law of karma. And when people start, because especially bring that back on into focus. Especially in the world of tarot, everybody be out here talking about some karma this, karma that. They gonna get their karma, they gonna get. But guess what? Karma is a true thing. We know this. Give and take, giving and receiving. What you put out there is what you're gonna get back. What you reap is what you sow. What you sow is what you reap. My bad, Spirit said it the wrong way around. I did. Not lie to you, not Spirit. All of you, Spirit, come on in. Yes. So what you sow is what you reap. What you give is what you receive, right? Even it's going to come back around. And people may be misconstrued about what it is that they see and they perceive versus what they're giving out, right? And it can be off balance, whether you think a person is not getting back what it is that they putting out, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think it does. Judgment, perfect judgment is there. Intelligence says that perfect judgment is there. You don't even need to worry about that because the universe itself has a balancing system and it will balance itself out. So you, again, like we always say around here on Tears and Wheat Tarot, you need to mind your whole wheat business because anything or anybody that has come against you, oh yes, the universe shall balance it out. You just need to make sure that you remain an active participant and be mindful of what your intentions and desires are and what you are placing your attention on, how you are focusing your attention. So let's jump on into this here. The law of karma or cause and effect. I need these spectacles. Okay, we gotta put some glasses on. The law of karma or cause and effect. Okay. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. Yeah. Yep. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. What we sow is what we reap. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. Pray tell, yes, the fruit of your karma is happiness and success. Spirit just gave me a challenge with that. Spirit says that when we stay around tares and we be sowing into the wrong lot, then we might be blocking ourselves from actually receiving that happiness and success that's trying to come into us. But we're blocked out because we are still dealing and investing in the wrong lot. Even if you sowing happiness into the wrong lot, you're not going to bear the fruit. It could be stolen, not stolen because you can't lose it. How does it go? It's going away from you. It's going backwards. It's what Spirit said. It's like, yeah, it's futility. That's what I feel. Because no other energy is going to reward you for sowing your seed in their lot. When they harvest, they have the right to eat their harvest. If you sowed your seed in their lot, they could eat your shit. They could run off with your stuff. That's why it's important to always be sowing into your lot, into your field, and what is going to be good and edifying onto you, source first. Yeah, my weed. Oh, trust. All of us done got caught up on that before, sowing in somebody else's lot before you sowing yours. And then they get to popping off and then they run off. And then you be sitting up there like, huh? What? I thought I was going to eat off the seeds that I was sowing in your lot. No, you sowed it in their lot. Now, do you have the right to recall your power? Yeah, you do. I believe that. And sometimes you might recall that power and just going on about your whole wee business and learn to discern to sow into you before you sow into somebody else. Okay, come on, Spirit. The third spiritual law of success, the law of karma. Karma is both action and consequence of that action. So action and consequence of that action, right? So if you, again, are sowing in somebody else's lot and they run off with the harvest, then there's that is the consequence. I sowed in somebody else's lot and they ran off with my harvest. That's the consequence. The action, sown in their lot. The consequence, they ran off with my harvest, with my seed, the fruit of my seed. Yeah. How many times we done that, my weed? You done put all your time and energy into building up something and then they run off with all your time and energy that was supposed to pay you back in kind and it didn't happen? How much better would you have been if you had been putting all that time and energy into your own life, into self? Because when they had to decide to run off, because they probably wasn't yours in the first place. Yeah, I mean, they was only with you for what you was gonna sow in their life, and that's a whole nother different thing. And then we need to, it's lessons in that. It's lessons in that. Yeah, been there, done that one. Trust, you ain't by yourself. We all done did it. I don't think it's a weed on the planet that ain't sowed in somebody else's lot what they should have been sowing in their own lot. Everybody, I believe that everyone has gone down that road. Oh yeah. 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 It is cause and effect simultaneously because every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. There is nothing unfamiliar about the law of karma. Everyone has heard that expression, what you sow is what you reap. Obviously, if we want to create happiness in our lives, we must learn to sow seeds of happiness. Therefore, karma implies the action of conscious choice making. Conscious choice making, you are pure consciousness. So when we talk about conscious choice making, we talk about taking things to a whole nother level. Like consciously checking in. Now, see, in these types of texts, they talk about, well, this one doesn't. It talks about whole pure consciousness. So this is one of the exceptions. One of the reasons why I like Deepak Chopra specifically, right? So when we look at consciousness as a whole, they talk about there's only like 5 to 7, 10% of it that we are aware of, that we use, that we actively use. The rest of it is kind of sitting in the background, observing and absorbing information all the time. It is not inactive. It is taking on information all the time. It is working. It is moving. It is taking things that you don't have to consciously think about. It's not up here at the top where you are in the forefront, where you are thinking about it and contemplating and actively choice making. It is doing things in the background. Again, you don't have to think about to breathe. Your heart, the beats, your liver is performing those 500 functions, and everything else is an integrated system that is running on pristine optimization all the time. You focus have to know, I need to eat, I need to drink, I need to sleep, I need to rest, I need to, comfort, shelter, all those emotional responses you need to, it tells you so that you have the emotion and the senses to feed the vessel, right? You kind of like maintenance, pretty much. Because your team, the ones that's really running the show, is on the inside. But we think because they tell us to go eat and drink and piss and shit, all that we running something. We really not. But okay, so back to it in terms of conscious choice making. When we become consciously aware of how we're choosing and why we are choosing, we have the ability to instantly change our world. Our energy shifts, our choices shift, the results will shift, right? And coupled with that, if you sowed good seed energetically, the energy is still never lost. Is the energy lost? No. Do we have access to the utility of that seed? No. Is the energy from that seed, is it still belonging to the sower? Yes. Can the sower call back the energy of that seed? Yes. Can we call back can the sower of the seed call back the energy of every seed ever sown? Yes. Every seed can be recalled. Ashe, Spirit. Come on and talk to you. We feel. Spirit says that every seed ever sown can be recalled. Yes. So when we jump into them light workers and them light activation cards where they say call back your power, recall your power, that power, that energy that's related to the seed that you sowed can be recalled. It can be brought back to you. It is an extension of you. It is your energy. You belong to it. It belongs to you. You can still wield it. Yes, you can still wield it, my week. Come on, Spirit. Is there anything else in here that you want to say to you? We feel. Let them know. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, everything that is happening at this moment is a result of the choices you've made in the past. Now we know that, and I'm saying you, collective wheat field, me include, everything that's happening, it is a direct product of us, the manifestors, who are here in creation, creating and moving creation forward in this fashion. It is all because of our choice making. It is. And unfortunately, a lot of us are making choices unconsciously. And therefore, we don't think that our choices, that we are our choices, or that they are our choices. But yet they are. Because we are the ones that are creating the reality. We get to choose. We wield the energy. Our eyes see light. They pick up energy. We create this world in our mind, our collective, connected consciousness. We are all connected. It is woven together in this fabric of manifestation. We collectively create it. Our collective mind, our collective consciousness creates this experience. The physical experience is created by our collective mind, the collective consciousness, the one mind. Yes. So, if I were to insult you, you would most likely make the choice of being offended. But you don't have to be. If I paid you a compliment, you could be offended. Either way, it's all about how we choose to receive something. How do we choose to perceive? Right? So in other words, most of us, even though we are infinite choice makers, we become bundles of conditioned reflexes that are constantly being triggered by people and circumstances into unpredictable outcomes of behavior. So most of the time, what we think that we're choosing and we're making choices, we're really not making choices. We are responding. We are just reflexes. Like somebody hit that knee up underneath that thing. You know, you go to the doctor and they do the thing in your leg, kick that thing right there. Yeah, it's a reflex. You're not coming from the ability to respond to your environment, to take in the information, the energy, process it in your processing centers, allow the truth to come in, and you act on it. That is choice making. Most of what we do is reflexive. We are just, something triggers us and you reflex. It is decisions without discernment. Come on. And when we do that, we generate cycles of cause and effect in our life, aka karma, that doesn't represent our highest desires. And then we can get into cycles and figuring out how can we get unstuck. But when you are continuously being triggered and you're continuously acting from a reflexive standpoint, it can be very hard to pull out of that and back into conscious choice making. What's the break in that, pray tell? Thanks, yes, for asking. Seeking, yes. Where do we seek? When do we seek? We seek in meditation, aka prayer. Yeah. When we are meditating on the word, when you're getting grounded, that is the break. That allows you to see, to discern, so that you can choose and not just flex. Right? Because everybody's out here flexing. That's because we're acting from a reflexive standpoint. You know, everybody getting their flex on. But are you consciously choosing? Are you a choice maker? Are you a groundbreaker? Are you a manifest? I mean, we all manifestors. I'm just saying. Spirit said you're going too far. That was me, Lati. You know what I'm saying. Just roll with your girl. It's all right. Anyway, these conditioned reflexes are like Pavlovian conditioning. Yeah, ooh, I ain't been back down into Pavlov law in a minute. Ooh. Now that is some psychology for you. You talking about putting chains on the mind? Yes, that is change. Come on, my wheat field. It ain't no physical chains like that no more. It's chains on the mind. And ooh, yes, because if we don't change the mindset, come on, Father, and talk to the wheat field. That is what is holding us. The ability to free your mind. The ability. Ooh, I felt like I heard, what was that? Neo and Morpheus when he said, free your mind. Let it go. Everything. This is the Matrix. See, when you in a whole avatar, it's a whole spiritual being, a whole team of spirits inside of your vessel. Like your intuition, when your gut talks to you, I don't care how folks see the source, you have a voice inside of you. They call it consciousness or your other man or me, myself, and I, or however you want to slice it. It's in there and it speaks to you and it gives you guidance, it gives you strength, it gives you encouragement and motivation and the ability to lift yourself up and keep on going. It tells you that you are okay, that you're going to make it, that you can be good, that we can get through this day. It is in there. They are in there. Now, come on, my week, and let's talk about it. We have to take the chains off of our mind and get into some conscious choice making and not just respond and reflex to everything that triggers you, because that's what it is. We have become bundles of conditioned reflexes that are constantly being triggered by people and circumstances into predictable outcomes of behavior. When you are predictable, then we can have people who control systems put systems in place based on your predictability. Oh yes, let's get deep with this thing, my week. Come on, we talking about breaking out of here and being some generational groundbreakers and busting out of this thing. Generational curse breakers. Getting back into that truth, that essence of self. Been out here trying to find something that's edifying to your soul, that lets you know that it's more than what it is. And what else do I need? I need something in here. Something is in there, my wheat. Spirit said it's time to go in. My wheat, it is time to go in. Yes. The answers that you seek are inside of you. When you start getting some revelation on how you moving around, what you see, what is triggering you, what's projecting back at you, them tears, my week, you can see how you moving around, how you making reflexes. You are not choosing. You are not conscious of your choices. You are not. If we go in and discern, we can truly let it sit in our mind space up in here and get it, let it be born out. Right? And then you can see how you're supposed to move around. Because again, these pick up light and energy. This space sees, this heart knows, this space discerns. This is the mind space. Yes. Come on, my week. That's a processing center up there. It just processes data. You need to bring it in here so that you can discern it. What's good? What's good for you, my week? Yes. Then that way you can do some conscious choice making. You can see what it is, because every conscious choice, every choice is going to have a reaction. That energy flow, right? Are you calling back your power? Yeah, you may have sowed somewhere you shouldn't have, but know that that seed belongs to you and you can call back your power. Your energy belongs to you. As soon as you say, return to sender, oh, it's a whole different game. You just change the game and stand on that and know it. Oh, yeah. It's going back. Whatever somebody did to you, you might as well chop that up to good. It's going back. And you ain't got to do a thing about it. Nothing. Just stay on in your whole wee business and follow what the Spirit say to you. It's going to move you in the right way. You will be making conscious decisions that's going to help you release in all of your stored up seed, all of your stolen seed, all of the seed that you mistakenly sowed in the wrong lot. All of it. Every seed that you spend at the store. I go to the store and spend my seed. I call it right back. And so I got myself and I'm walking right on out. And I'm calling the energy of my seed right back with me. I am. Yep. Sure am. Go to the grocery store, spend that seed. As I'm walking out the grocery store, thank you so much, Most High, for giving me my provision. I call back the energy of my seed. Thank you so much. Yes, I do. I do. I call back that energy. It's mine. It belongs to me. I don't leave no seed nowhere. None. Okay? Because we ain't supposed to be paying for this stuff no way. Put no seed on that and leave it there. Father gave us that stuff for free. Anyway, y'all. I know. We was on here. Oh, we done turned the page. Y'all, I see we get going. Spirit says, there is a very interesting mechanism that the universe has to help you spontaneously make correct choices. We can spontaneously make correct choices. We have a mechanism to do that. What is it? The mechanism has to do with the sensations in your body. Ooh, pray tell, we just talked about that. We just said that there's, an inkling in there that's going to tell you what to do. They're going to guide you. All right, come on, spirit. The mechanism has to do with the sensations in your body. Your body experiences two kinds of sensation. One is comfort, the other one is discomfort. Come on, spirit. We said that pain is a catalyst. It's going to make you move. I mean, that's a basic truth. I ain't saying nothing that's like, woo, groundbreaking. No. But we don't see the pain in our life as a catalyst to make us move in every area. We could see that when we touch something hot, it make you move that arm. You can see that when you touch something sharp, it make you move. Oh shit, what was that? Right? But when that pain is breaking your heart and your emotional spirit and it's causing you heartache and turmoil up in here, we don't move, we sit there in the pain and suffer. When something of discomfort comes against you, it's going to cause a movement. Come on, spirit, with this here. Your body experiences two kinds of sensations. One is comfort and the other one is discomfort. At the moment you consciously make a choice, pay attention to your body and ask your body, if I make this choice, what happens? If your body sends a message of comfort and peace and ease, you can pretty much go ahead on with that. I'm pretty good with that, yeah. And I'm talking about for your highest self. I mean, like, if you think about that thing and it ain't really long lasting and sustaining and pressing creation forward and good and edifying onto your highest good in your other week, if you ask in that capacity, seeking in that capacity, highest good, edifying onto your highest self, and that you could serve out onto source in your fellow week, if that answer is this good, you can pretty much go on with that. I mean, you can call that a shake. All right, spirit checked in. Yep. And it don't take but a second. Spirit, I should get on this video and give this message out to the wheat field. Is this something that you would have me do? Spirit says yes. I'll go for it. Boom. Done. All right. Now, if I ask and spirit shakes my head, no, we ain't feeling that. Nope. I'm good. Sit back and rest. What else can we do? How else should we move? Oh, yes. Sit down and ask. It'll be revealed onto you. Scripture says, you ask anything, it will be revealed onto you. If you go into your intuition and gut and ask, you will find the answer. You will seek it out. It's going to come. Oh, yeah. So, if your body sends a message of discomfort, then you know it's not the appropriate choice. For some people, the message of comfort and discomfort is in the area of the solar plexus, but for most other people, it's in the area of the heart. It's in the heart. Consciously put your attention in your heart space, in your mind space, and ask your mind space what to do. When you go in, you sit in there and you really talking to your highest self, your highest good, for your highest good and edification onto you and all. Because first of all, if you are edifying onto the field, then you edify in self, because it's giving and receiving, my wheat. I cannot keep everything onto me and sustain and survive. And that's like saying if I eat all of my harvest and don't plant a seed, then I'm going to eat next season. It ain't going to happen. I have to sow that seed back. I have to give back in order to continue to harvest, so that the earth itself can feed my abundance. I feed the earth my seed. I give it. I sacrifice it. I water it. I tend it. I put in the effort, and then the earth rewards me with my harvest. That's just what it is. You got to put in the work so that you can get it back out. People be wanting it out right now in this day and age like it's microwave, like it's just supposed to pop up, and it's not like that, my wheat. You have to put the work in. You have to sow it, and you have to consciously be diligent about what you're doing, so that you can get that long lasting sustaining harvest, that harvest that is going to feed generations, that is going to be the curse breaker, right? And we can pull back all of that energetic seed and wield that energy consciously, tapped in, not reflexive just because we get triggered. We have to be conscious choice makers, letting it come in, sitting in the spirit, going up in that heart space, being discerned, and using this processing center to push that shit out. Let's go, my wheat. Come on in here and sit in the wheat field and talk with your girl. We just gonna talk about a little bit of something. We just chop it up. You know, you get what you get. Is there anything else in this spirit? Spirit says no. That's how I shaded that. What would you like to do? Would you like to pull some cards? Anything? Soul journey. Spirit said let's get into some soul journey, y'all. So we gonna pull a few cards and see what come out. All right, all right. Do you want to turn the camera? It's up to me. We can if we want to. Let's see how it's gonna go. Yes. Thank you so much, Infinite Intelligence. I appreciate you being with me always. We are connected. My highest self is made. You made me. You made everything, you know. So thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I go into the kingdom, into myself, and I see my true self. My essence is connected to the highest source, the infinite intelligence of the source, the logos that made all things. Thank you for being with me. Please use these cards as an instrument to give us messages for our highest good, edification onto self and source, and edification onto other selves and the source. For the will of the source to bring the will, the above, the low, in perfect alignment for the sources, for the purpose of the source. I just can't get it out. Ashe. Woo, that was a lot. But I just felt like we just needed to pray. And Spirit called me to say it, to pray it. And I just got to the end and I'm like, I can't even feel like it. I don't even feel like what's happening. We got loneliness in reverse. So it was just feeling really weird, y'all. Like, I've never been, well, I have, you know, stumbled through prayer before, so that's not really that odd. But anyway, the sensation that I was feeling in my chest was odd. It felt like, I don't know, like a big ball of knot, a string, or almost not like wire, because it was kind of like it hurt and it burned almost like a ball of energy fire or something like that. Felt like it was burning, almost like if you had heartburn, but I don't have heartburn because I just don't. So loneliness, maybe somebody's heart space is like on fire, like really tight, hurting, I feel. Maybe they are, what is it, Spirit? What am I feeling? Conflicted with choices. So somebody is conflicted with choices. And loneliness being in reverse, I feel like it's not, you know, again, one specific person, or they're not alone. They're not alone in the confliction over choice making. Yes. So collective for the we, right? We, as we, could definitely have, do you want this? No. Issues with choice making, and that's not a single type of thing. Like, we all have made choices that we struggle with letting go, the consequences and the repercussions of those choices. Yes. Is it this one, Spirit? No. Turn it over. No. Would you like to say something? Spirit. Says to surrender grief over past. So this is calling us to the we to surrender grief over past choices. Is this it? Card? No? Pride. Father says that pride is the issue. People may be, you know, feeling like, you know, sometimes you could be mad at being wrong. Like, you know, or don't want to see that the outcome of what you chose is just wrong. Or that the outcome is a product of your choice, right? Yeah. The outcome is the product of your choice. This one? No? Is it this one? Okay. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Somebody is dealing with doubt, right? Maybe you are doubting your ability to make good choices. Maybe Some of us are thinking about, I've gotten myself into this situation so many times that, or every time I make a decision that it doesn't come out right. Spirit, am I going in the right direction? Yes. Is this the card? No. Is this one it? No. Is it this? This? Change. Father is calling us to change how we consciously choose. Come out of a reflective mindset and choose. Become active choice makers so that you can discern properly. Is this it? No. Is it this one? This one? This? Okay, this one. Yeah. Somebody is thinking about failure. Yeah. Like failure from choices in the past. Like those choices, you may have led you to something that didn't feel like it was successful. Like every time I step out there and make these choices, get it out there and get going, it doesn't work. It's not successful. But I understand that a mistake is only the opportunity to learn. So are we learning through those mistakes, or are you continuing to make the same type of choices or choice making pattern because of pride and doubt and the doubting how to change, the process to change? Doubting, yeah, because if we are making choices that are reflexive and based on being triggered, the result that will come back is something that will further trigger you, right? You're going to reap what you sow. So if you are acting from an energetic state, being triggered, most likely what you are reflex response is going to result in further triggers, right? So you may be experiencing the results of those triggers, the further triggers, like that triggering cycle, right? You're in it and now you're responding and you're reflexive and reacting to the situation, and those reactions are creating more scenarios that look the same way. You get into a cycle of that and it causes you to either be stuck and prideful and not able to see how you can change your decision making. Like, how do I get in more information? How do I change this pattern so that my results can be different? Or maybe you don't recognize that there's a change that needs to be made. You doubt that a change needs to be made, because that's what I see: failure, pride, doubt, change, right? So maybe the choices you made in the past and those results are having you doubt the fact that you can even change. But I really feel like, it's pride and you doubt the truth or the ability to do something different, to choose different, to change your mindset. Or if there's information coming to you to change your mindset, are you doubting that information of whether or not it's good for you, my wheat? If anything, you can take the principles of it. Look at the principles of just successful business and see how that operates. Look how wisdom operates and look at the systems of how it does it, right? Wisdom itself, it does have you have a built-in system to tell you which way to go. That's what the text just said. So when you are come across with something, you let it come in and ask yourself, if I make this choice, I am asking for my highest good, so that I could be whole wheat bread. Like we ain't doing no Wonder Bread, no nothing you can't put no peanut butter on. I need to be able to make a sandwich with it, okay? You can't even put no whip, no mayo, no mayonnaise, no Miracle Whip, no sandwich bread, whatever you use. You can't put shit on Wonder Bread. It is gonna fall apart. My bad if you like Wonder Bread. I'm just saying, I was raised on whole wheat. And if you think that you a whole wheat, and you gonna come up with Wonder Bread, no. Cause flour, whole wheat flour, come on now. It's a reason why I say bleached. Flour is whole wheat flour. Whatever flour you made, if it was oat flour, wheat flour, it's flour. It's got, it don't look like Wonder Bread without no nourishment. I'm just saying. Look, y'all, we got potato bread. You can make bread out of potato flour. Quit playing. There's all kind of bread out here, but it's supposed to be in its original state, not bleached and taking all this shit out of it, and then now it ain't no good for you. It ain't no nourishment. It's turning into something else in your system, okay? So don't get caught up on all of that extra coming for me in the comments like I'm some kind of way. No, I recognize all kinds of bread. Good, whole bread, y'all mean? Not no bleached and all of this strip shit that ain't got the nourishments in that you need so that you could grow up big and strong. It really ain't nothing wrong with that at all, my week. Come on with this thing. And Spirit says you right, because that's the success. You need that whole wheat bread. You need that whole nourishment. You need whole nourishment. You need it. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord. Come on. And when we say every word, we mean every word. We have to look everywhere for this word, right? And that means we have to change. We have to be diligent. The seasons of the earth change. They do not stay stagnant. The leaves are not prideful by holding on onto their the tree isn't prideful by holding on to its leaves. It's going to let it go. It's going to let go. It's going to hold on lightly. It's going to appreciate what it has in the moment. And when it falls away, it's stripped away because the season has changed, it's going to let it go. That seed might fall to the ground. It might look like it's dead and buried and all that stuff. But the energy of that seed, that leaf, is going right back to the source of that same tree. Oh, yeah, it does. And even if, guess what? When the wind blow and your leaves blow on down the road and they may go in somebody else's yard and that nourishment seed they shit, guess what? Some other leaves done blew down into your lot and fell into your yard and seed your shit. So you really didn't lose nothing, my week. It's giving and receiving. And guess what? Them leaves from down the road just brought a whole nother different imprint and information stamp to your lot that's going to diversify you. You talking about diversification? I mean, we don't have wildflowers for nothing. The system of intelligence bakes in diversification. I mean, we ain't get investment portfolios from nowhere. We got that shit out of the intelligence of the universe, y'all mean? Let's look at yourself as a whole corporation, my weeb. No CEO is going to continue to invest their funds in a research and development project that's not going to bear them fruit. That's not going to give them a return on their money. And it has to be a shown prototype right now that's giving them the minimum viable product. What does that mean, my weeb? Minimal viable product, it means the minimal viable of a product that can operate as the client, the customer needs it to operate at a minimum requirement, minimum basic requirement. You know what I mean? So if you dealing with a whole wheat person that ain't doing at least the minimum that's required, You don't need to put no funds into that research and development. It's already shown that it is not a viable prototype. Absolutely not. It doesn't even meet standards. So why would you sow there? We have to come to that conscious decision making and not be reflexive. Ooh, shitty, hot. Ooh, shitty. Look at, come on. No, that's a response. It's a trigger. And you have to figure out why is that a trigger for you, my week. I mean, we all done been there, because I'm just saying, once we do all of that and we really get into that conscious choice making, because the last one was success, and this one right here while we talking is abundance. That is exactly what it come from, because when them CEOs look at that whole portfolio stock right there and they going into a new venture, some R&D, and they want to look at some new stuff, oh yeah, they have a whole strict criteria of how that's going to mesh up before they think about it, even think about investing a coin. Huh. And to even get time at the table, talk about it. And I don't care what level you on, because you being a whole CEO of you ain't got shit to do with no bread. It's about you being a whole vessel. You are a whole entity. And you as an entity are a whole corporation. So when my mama was saying to me to man my whole business when I was a kid, I took that shit real fuck literal. I am a whole business and I operate myself as if I am a business. My reputation is everything. Absolutely. For me, when I put myself out forward facing, yeah. Y'all come on here and see me in my pajamas, I don't. But you will not see me, just saying. To each their own, and everybody can express how they want to. This is just me, Lati. And I am an individual that accepts that everyone has their ability to express their unique self. And I accept the fact that I have my ability to express my whole unique self. So the same way that I don't put any locks on y'all, because I can't, I don't want no locks on me, because you can't, right? It's just is. But at the end of the day, y'all, we have to come out of the triggered response. We are triggering response. And if you go back and dig into trauma, trigger response is because of trauma. You get to the point where something triggers you, you become reflexive. You are just acting out of reflex because of the trigger, because of the circumstance, not because you have made conscious decision making, conscious choice making. And karma, the law of give and take, consequences, not give and take, action and consequences. The law of karma, action and consequences of those actions, requires conscious choice making. In order for you to change your karma, transmute that energy, change the results that you're getting back, right? Change that harvest, what's coming in back to you. You have to do some conscious choice making. And your consciousness, it will reveal itself when you enter into yourself. Like when you check in with you, when you check in with the source, when you check in with your team on the inside of you, your whole board, and help and have them decide for you what's good for your highest good, for the source, for to move and propel creation forward in a sustained fashion. That's gonna be edifying to you, edifying to source, and edifying out into the field. In short. So thank you guys so much for sitting through this with me. Just another episode here on Terrorism with Tarot. Hope you got something out of it. I did. It was fun. It was kind of choppy. You know what? And because I was experiencing some trigger reflexes too. I had to pull myself back, try to figure out how to have spirit say things through me in the way that needs to be said, so that it is not only correct to the text, but also discerned by my spirit in the way that spirit is having me say it out to the field. So thank you guys again for bearing with me. If you like this vibe, subscribe, share the videos out. You know the deal. Hit that little bell so you can be notified the next time we do an episode here. And until the next now, Ashe. Mwah.